YouTube land. You've got Mark here on Sarah's channel. Tonight we're cooking a nice spaghetti the way I would like to cook it. We've got a number of different ingredients. Today we're going to actually cook the actual vegetable component, which is what we've got. We've got chilies, we've got onions, I love onion, and we've got garlic. These three components, and we've obviously got the meat. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fry up these components like so. Add one thing at a time. So I've got the onions there. Excuse me there. So we've got this on medium heat for a bit. I'm just going to let these nice brown up, just like so. So this is probably one of my favourite parts to having spaghetti sauce, is having onions. I just love them. Can't get enough of them. Probably because I'm a Mediterranean person, I've always grown up eating onions. It's just something that I very, very much love. So I've got these onions in. The vegetable component to simmer just on a low heat. This part here, and we're going to. So I've got the meat cooking now. I've just added it through. Put a nice minced beef through. I like to add this seasoning from Master Foods. It's an all-purpose seasoning. It adds a really, really nice flavour. So I'll add it while I'm cooking. Put roughly a good little dash like so. Just like so. It's very, very nice. So what happens is I cook that through when it's cooking. Now I like to add little bits of flavouring to the meat. I like to add a little bit of black pepper. Not too much. A little bit of pepper. Adds a nice bit of a flavour. Like so. Adds a lovely flavour to it. Definitely helps it cook along, and that's something that's very, very good in terms of the component.
Okay.
Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add the vegetables with the actual pasta sauce. To make the sauce, sorry. I'm going to add the vegetables that I've cooked with the beef into a pot. So now I'm adding the meat into the pan, into the pot like so. Now I'm not going to add all of the oil, I'm just going to add it like so. Add that to cook. There's the sugar. Now I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar into the actual recipe. Add a little bit of flavour, so I find that it helps add a nice texture. The component I'm going to add is the vegetables that I cooked up from before, like so. These are definitely caramelised and nice. I'm going to add them through the mix, and I'm just going to stir that in quite nicely till it's beautiful. I'm going to add this Dolmio sauce in, just like so. Add that through into the mix. And then I'm going to add a tin of diced tomatoes in. So Italian tomatoes, I'm going to add those in as well. That adds a nice component to the mix as well. Stir that through. So I always find adding a little bit of Italian herbs helps, because spaghetti is an Italian dish. I just add a light amount like so. Then I'm going to actually mix that in like so. And there's just one more ingredient, which is a touch of salt. So you add that pretty much to taste. But in this case, I'm just going to add a bit of salt through. So a couple of pinches of salt, like so. I'm going to go. Like so. Add a small amount of salt. and then I'm going to mix that through. Welcome back to everybody in YouTube land. We've got the spaghetti we're about to cook. So what we've done is we've preheated the water like so, and roughly we're going to add about maybe half of this spaghetti into the mix. So I don't like cooking too much, because otherwise if you cook too much spaghetti, you have to eat that much spaghetti, and sometimes not necessarily a good thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that in like so, and we're going to add a dash of this virgin olive oil. It's very, very nice. Helps it cook along. So we're going to add a little bit like so. And then we're going to add a pinch of salt to the mix as well. So I find that always helps. Like so, we're going to add a pinch of salt. To help it cook. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave this on quite a high heat. And we're going to let it cook, and then when it cooks, we're going to come back and we're going to enjoy it. So we've come to the stage we've cooked the pasta. We're cooking it so it's al dente, just right. We've put the salt in, and we've added a little bit of olive oil, help it cook along. So what we're going to do is we're going to let this cook just for a few minutes longer, then we're going to strain it in the strainer and prepare the meal. So what we're going to do, we're going to strain the spaghetti like so. So what we do is we're going to give this a bit of a shake, like so. Oh, the steam is coming up. And we're going to add a little bit of olive oil, like so. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil to the mix. To this, like so. A little bit of olive oil. And we're going to mix it around so it stops it becoming all dry and hard. So that's how we do our spaghetti.